Yeah, and also these half-truthers. Max Egan, that's the point I wanted to make. Yeah, good. I'm glad. I want to put this out in the air. He's the dickhead who keeps saying, oh, the flat earthers have divided the alternative media, because that dickhead always uses the word alternative media. I've never used it. I'm not in alternative media. I'm not giving people alternative bullshit to the media that they've already got. I'm a truther. So, and then sometimes you'll hear him say, it's divided the truth movement. Yeah, it sure has. The dunces are on the left with the goats, and the intelligent ones are on the right with the sheep. As Jesus said, I will come and I will divide the sheep from the goats. Yes, it's divided the truth movement. All the intelligent ones, all of them, are with syncretism. All these idiots like Ruth Smith, Cullen Smith, and all of these dunces, they've all jumped off the syncretism ship into the shark-infested waters of pseudoscience, preaching bullshit globalism, because they're globalists. They are the ones who have been cloned. They are the ones who are shills working for the government. Guaranteed. Max Egan is a piece of shit shill. Guaranteed, 100%. 100%. And you know what his main motto is? I can pull conversations off Skype that I've had over the years with him, and he always comes back with this line: there is no truth, Santos. Because, of course, every second word I use is truth, because I worship the God of truth. There is only truth. My motto is there is only truth. Dickheads like Max Egan, there is no truth. Well, then, what are you doing on the radio if you're not talking about truth because there's none? What are you telling people then, Max? Lies? Upside down pseudoscience? Seed wasting, swine eating, like you do and practice. He's got people on his show interviewing, telling people the virtues of meat eating. Meat eating only produces cancer, death, because if you eat dead corpses, well, you are what you eat. And besides, all the scriptures condemn it, even the Bible. This is putrid. Imagine that. People are eating dead corpses. They pull it out of their fridge and fry it and eat it. You know, a bit of pig's bum, a bit of cow's bum. Max Egan is a special proponent of meat eating. You know, Cullen Smith, ejaculate your way to heaven. Whereas the sperm of the man, that is the life force. That comes from the sun. You return that back to your cerebrum, brother, if you want intelligence. The more you ejaculate, the more you empty your brain of ceres, of seed, of wax. That wax is precious, man. Every time you drop that stuff, you die. You are closer to your death. They are preachers of death. They teach to eat dead animals. They preach to practice dead practices so you can be a living. How can you live? How can you be living in the land of the spiritual living forever and ever if you're practicing death practices? You can't. And they are preachers of it. And they are the cheeky pieces of shit chills who say that the flat earth has divided the truth movement in a negative way. No, in a positive way. It's put all the intelligent ones in one group and all the dumbasses upside down, spinning, hurtling, wobbling, thrusting, floating, turning, gyrating in another boat, sinking, which is sinking. Because what happened to Humpty Dumpty? He fell off the wall. Yeah, the globe will fall off the wall. And we'll push it. I'll push Humpty Dumpty off that wall, I will.
Yeah, I definitely see it as a bit of a what do you call it? Not division, but certainly a transition in the actual within the flat Earth community and movement itself. Yeah, definitely it's starting to divide a little bit into different groups.
Yeah, but Ceres,
the two.
Hang on a minute. Don't be so. This is every organization is like this, brother. Everywhere it's like this. Not just the flat earth movement. No, it must be like this. It's a time of division, brother. And it's a time that the weeds will be cast in with the wheat, okay? And when the servant said to the master, shall I pull the weeds out, dear Lord? The Lord said, no, let them grow together, because you will confuse the wheat with the weed and you will pull out weed. Let them grow, and then you will distinguish them when they are fully grown. And then you pull those weeds out and you throw them in the furnace and burn them, for they shall not have part of the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
But we will. We will be there, brothers. We'll be there holding hands, shoulder to shoulder, singing and dancing. We'll be there. Without fail,
There
we'll be there.
or here, Santos?
Of course.
No, which one? There or here?
Both. We're still talking future, right? There is no future. We're there. We are going to get there. Okay, so
No,
our spirits are already there.
At the beginning, you said you're going home and you can't wait to go home, and going home is not here. So that's why I said there or here.
Yeah, well, when you think about it all the way through, you'll realize that the eternal now is always here, okay? And that we are there because where there is in you. The kingdom of God is within. It is not, don't look outside to the clouds, don't look up there looking for the kingdom to come, or there, it is within, because we are a kingdom. We are godlets. We are sons of God. We have purpose.
Yeah.
We are sons of the living God, not of the dead God. They are children of the dead God. They worship death. They love death because they teach it.
Santos, can I ask you something? Where do we go from gods into God? When did we go from lots of gods into one God?
They coexist. They coexist. It's always gods and God. There is only one God. There is only one God, but there are gods. As the milk expands into cream and yogurt, etc., so does Krishna expands. So Krishna becomes Vishnu, Vishnu's Brahma, Shiva, and then you, the Jiva Atma, you are still God. That's Jesus said, you are gods. Because all is gods. It's all part of God. God does not make shit. God makes gods. Light begets light. Death begets death. God begets God. And so we are gods and God. It's always both. It's a duality. See, in the Vedas, you will learn the deepest of all secrets that you will ever come to know. 5 words. Inconceivably one with difference. That's 4 words. Okay. So that's who you are. You are inconceivably one with God, with difference. What does that mean? Because there's gurus out there, idiots, saying, you are God. Oh, you are God. I am God. That's half truth, dudes. That is half truth. You don't want to be a half truther because that's a liar.
Part of God.
You're not
We're
God.
part of God.
You are God with difference. We are God. That means that your individuality will be protected, honored, sustained forever. Forever. You will never lose your individuality. You will not merge with God and become God. That's bullshit.
It's also
You will go
the witness above, witness below.
Hey?
The witness above is God, and below are you.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Yes, and we are connected. And we are one and the same, but with difference, because our individuality was made for a purpose. It was made for us to have eternal activity with God. John 1:1, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. It's telling you that Jesus is God, but he is also his own self, because he's an expansion of God. This is how beautiful God is. He's not selfish that he stays by himself in creation. He gives life to creatures. He loves creatures dancing, singing, reflecting his qualities. He loves this. She, whatever you want. It's a partnership. It's black and white light. If you want to keep it basic, it's more than that, of course, but it's the intelligence and the energy that is behind those lights. We worship light, guys. God is light. We worship sound.
Santos, there's another question in the chat room. Universe wanted to know, September the 5th, 1793, August the 21st, 2017, correlation, please. The French Revolution, 6 planets are in the same place in the zodiac. It's called reoccurrence.
So August, what will be the recurrence? August, what's the date?
I think the 5th of September 1793.
Yeah, that's
August
1790.
21st.
August 23rd. Well, you just saw the chart. There are no 6 planets aligned. That's not true. They're all spread out. Let's have. Did you see the chart? Go back to the chart. You will see only the sun and the moon conjunct in one sign. All the other planets are spread out. So there is not. This is not going to happen. But what did happen? Okay, you go to that astrological website that I gave everybody the link. Punch this in. Shit, I forget now. I think it's 6 a.m. February the 5th, 1962. And you will see rising in the east at 6 a.m. You'll see the sun, the moon, and all the 5 planets in Aquarius, ushering in the age of Aquarius. Astrologers have ever said that the last time this happened was in Aries, thousands of years ago, and there's no repeat for 4,320,000 years. And now, 54 years ago, a year before I was born, in 62, you can see it for yourself. Go in and press. Actually, I'll give you the exact thing, and then we'll call it a day. I'll give you the exact. I just got to punch it in. I'll do it myself first here, and then I'll show you what to punch in, and you will see all 7 planets, all visible 7 planets, all in Aquarius, all of them. This cannot happen unless it ushered in the age of Aquarius. Okay, and that's when 7 planets were together. It will never happen again for thousands of years. You won't see it. You're not going to see it. It won't happen. This alignment is so unique, and yet it happened in 62. Where were all the cameramen at the time? Where were all the astrologers? You'd wake up in the morning on the 5th of February 1962, and you would see 7 luminaries rising in the east. No one took a photo of that? Funny. Why? Because people were singing, oh yes, it's the age of Aquarius. Yeah, they were singing it. So they were telling you the truth subliminally, hiding under your nose, and yet you weren't looking up in the skies to see those 7 planets. That was the most important astrological thing ever that we will ever witness in our lives. So let me see the time. I keep forgetting. I think it's 6 a.m. you need to put in, but I'll just check. 5th of Feb, 1962. Someone's probably already done it. 6 a.m. I'll put 6:30. I'll tell you what, those idiots fired me up this morning, guys. Next time, I'm not going to look at Facebook.
Santos.
Next time, I'm not going to look at Facebook before the hangout. Okay, put 7 o'clock, 5th of February, 1962, guys. 7 o'clock. I'll just do it again, just make sure. And this will give you something to think about for the rest of your life. And if you don't, man, you're superficial. That's all I can say. You're superficial. If this doesn't make you think, wow, 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 7 planets never before seen in our timeline, going back thousands. And we saw it. And no one took photos of it. I can't find any on the net. These are the things that I've put out in my many presentations, but the Globies don't want to acknowledge it. I've done it, man. Published millions of bits of data and information to the world. It's all on my channel. It's all there, man. Science. All I do is science. I don't do pseudoscience. I used to when I was a globetard. There you go. Put 7:30. Nah, yeah, put 7 or 7:30, and you'll see it. There you go. You'll see all the planets, all of them. Hang on, I'll share my screen. And before I go, can I do that?
Yes, go for it, Santos. Just do it through the application, remember?
Yep. There you go, guys. There it is.
Oh.
This is 0 degrees Aquarius at 7 o'clock. 5th of February 1962. There is Mars conjunct Saturn, the 2 red malefics, on the 2nd and 3rd degree of Aquarius. Here is the Sun, 16 degrees Aquarius. Mercury retrograding, 16 degrees Aquarius. Venus, 18 degrees. Jupiter, 18 degrees. Moon, 20 degrees. They are within 18 degrees of each other. Probably why they didn't see it is because they were within 15 degrees of the sun. There you go. That's why. That proves it. That absolutely proves it. In harmony with what we opened with at the start of this hangout, where astrologers say if any planet is within 15 degrees of the sun, which all of these planets are, they are invisible. And you'll find that that was the case. That's why you couldn't see all the planets rising in Aquarius on that auspicious day. Dear friends, there's a lot to uncover. I suggest that everyone hop on those videos, watch them. Watch the astrotheology, man, the ones I published in 2011, 12, 13. Ignore the globe-tartary in them. Just transpose them to a flat plane and you'll be right. And all of the understandings you ever need will be there. I feel sad for people who haven't seen my presentations. I really do. It breaks my heart because they are being misled left, right, and center. It's why Jesus said, feel pity for them. They are sheep. They are torn and battered and led around like sheep without a pastor. There are no pastors anymore. What's a pastor? Someone who comes from the astors. What's an astor? The stars. A pastor is an astrologer, guys. Okay? The Bible condemns astrologers. It does not condemn astrology. Okay? Jesus condemned lawyers. He did not condemn law. Get it right. Because he came to fulfill the law. And he was a magus, an astrologer.
Natural law. Yeah, natural law. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, all kinds of law, really. He was not lawless. That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, Santos, you have talked now for over 3 hours, so I bet you're a little bit tired as well, because I think you said you wanted to finish this hangout. But we appreciate everything you said today so much. And you said you want to come back. So when do you want to do this then? Because a while, or do you just come back in a few days and then have this other chat? Because you've mentioned it now.
I'll just have a little bit of a rest from these things are pretty tiring emotionally. Probably a week. Maybe we could do it next week. But if I feel inclined, maybe earlier, we'll talk on Facebook. I've got the whiteboard already because I had it ready 3 months ago, but that show cancelled because I couldn't get on Google Hangouts because freaking no application would allow me to. I tried this, that, and the other. Ceres was the only one that could help me get on a show once, and all the other guys couldn't because they didn't know what my problem was. But I did it in Spanish. You can see it in Spanish if you speak Spanish. Go to my channel and you'll see there me exposing the Farneses and the Orsinis like they should be. I'll do it in English with you guys because I reckon you guys are the best people that will appreciate it first, and from there you can launch it forth on all your media. And then I'll have a copy. I'll have a copy of all these shows for my channel too, please, because I want to keep all my shows on my channel. So I only do interviews now under the proviso that I can have complete control as well of. I can share it, but of my whatever I put out now, because what's happened is I willy-nilly gave free interviews to anyone and everyone who was wanted them, and they put them on their channels, and then their channels would close down. Okay, and then that presentation is lost with information that was specific to that show, which will never be repeated. And it breaks my heart, man, because all these beautiful presentations are gone. I did a tour of Great Britain in 2013, and the proviso was I didn't want big money, which they offered me. I said, no, just $5 a ticket, $10 a ticket. I don't give a shit about the money, okay? This is what I give a shit about. You bring a camera there, you record it, and you put it on your media. And guess what? They did none of it. That's Truth Juice in England. Bloody idiots. I'm so angry with them. They're stupid idiots. I went to Glastonbury. I went to Manchester, did a beautiful alchemical presentation there. It's gone. I did a couple in London. I went to Brighton. I went to Bristol, 2 in Birmingham. I went to Hull. None of them has, you know, they're gone. Because I deal with a lot of idiots.
Yeah, no, I think I can speak for all of us when I say, yeah, I mean, it's best to get this spread out as far and wide as possible. So please do, yeah, get this up on your channel ASAP.
When
Yep.
this is finished uploading, as you know, Hangouts have to upload, I will give you a copy, Santos, of the link.
Yeah. As you have done in the past. Quite
Yes.
quite generously, and I thank you.
Santos, I find it an honour that we talk quite regularly and I send you my videos, all the links, and that you watch them.
Thank you. I appreciate your love, Karen. You are a beautiful woman. You're a goddess.
Oh, I think you're lovely too, Santos.
Yeah, well,
I do.
you know, what I love about you is your beautiful humility and intelligence. Wow, you're an intelligent woman. You're an example to all the other women. I hope you can influence them. I really do, because they are seduced by idiot men who think they're scientists, upside down, swine-eating, freaking seed-wasting dumb bums. Sorry about that.
Oh my goodness.
That's me, guys. Please, may all the
Very
language
nice.
that I've expressed here not reflect on you guys. I know I'm making the hair on the back of your necks. I know I'm making you cringe, but I'll just put this little insert in here now. Please. Today, I'm sorry.
Can I ask two things, Santos, before you go? Would you just write something in the chat room? I can give you a wrench and you can put a few links out before you go. The thing is, I want everybody to come back and we've got to give Santos a hug, as you well know we do.
And by chat room, Santos, I think she means in the YouTube chat room.
YouTube chat room.
All those links.
Santos, the next time you come on a hangout, if you want to go, I've got a link, you can just go and put it in the chat room because you'll have a wrench.
Yeah, I did though. I put those links in. And plus, please go to my Facebook page and share that article, because that article is the truth about Eclipse's work, guys. We need to notice.
I'll do it. I've got it here.
Please go to my Facebook page and go daily there, because I'm telling you, I get the best researchers like you guys sharing their best information, and it's only the best is posted. I screen everything, and a lot of stuff doesn't get posted. I can't. I don't want to do that to my page. I don't want to flood it. I want to put the best that I love, and it is the best. My page is the best truth page in the universe, guys. I have to say it because it is. I've seen other pages and they're good. They're all doing good work. Okay, but they're not syncretists completely. I've done that because I walked it all my life. I was always a syncretist. I was always a linguist, always an astronomer, always a musician. I've always done the quadrivium. Ignored the trivium. That's for dunces. That's for kindergarten beginners. It's the quadrivium where everything is. The quadrivium is the right brain balanced with the left. Trivium is kindergarten. Lose it. That's my opinion. You might disagree, and I guess you will. So I'm a bit of a freaking feisty pontificator today. I'm sorry.
So I say I've absolutely loved it today. You've been brilliant, like I say. Yeah, I've had a lot of built-up frustration, and it's been great hearing that I'm not the only one, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sick of these half-cocked shills that come on my page to, you know, put a shit stain on my page, you know, a mud stain. So, you know, and they're shills, they're paid because they know they're telling the lie. This idiot that I exposed at the start, he knows that everything he said was a crock of bullshit. And yet, this is how these keyboard cowards go. I put my face to all my work. I'm not a coward. I'm no coward, okay? I'm Aryan and Calabrian. If you know what it means to be Calabrian, all the philosophers, all the great philosophers, Plato, Pythagoras, lived in my region of Italy, southern Italy. They all did. Plotinus, all the Neoplatonists went there for their philosophizing. Okay, Campanella, great Renaissance master, contemporary of Giordano Bruno, Calabrian. all of Calabria, the Calabrians were the last ones fighting against the Roman Empire. They were the last ones to stand on the Italian peninsula. That's my people. That's my people. That's where the mafia comes from, or where the Vatican controls the mafia and the evil Calabrians who conspire with the Vatican to bring the mafia. Okay, we are, and that's why they put the mafia in Calabria, because the Calabrians, we're free thinkers, man. We don't. My grandfather, he went to jail like me for 6 weeks. Like me, my mother's father, Angelo Cerminara, he went to jail in World War II because the government put a ban on all the wheat growers that they had to give 95% of their harvest to the war machine. And my father, with his hungry, starving peasant people who were helping my grandfather, Angelo, who was an angel, he was helping putting them in sacks and hiding them and feeding the poor people who were starving in Calabria, because they've always tried to starve Calabria out. It's pretty much like the all other countries do the same with their gypsy free thinkers, you know, and they're usually living in the south, like in Andalusia, Spain. The gypsies were herded into Andalusia. Same with Calabria, right? He went to jail because someone dobbed him in, just like someone did with me to put me in jail. And when my mother told me this back in May of this year, I went down to visit my mother. She told me about her father, how he went to jail and why. And we immediately looked at each other and said, yeah, well, like grandfather, like grandson, you know, fighting against the government always, Calabrians. So point is, I'm Aryan with a Leo ascendant. That's a hell of a lot of fire, guys. And I'm Calabrian. And I know the truth, and I will preach the truth from the rooftops. I'll go to jail if I have to for everyone. I will talk on my Facebook page like we have to talk, truthfully, not alternative media-ally, because that's a crock. All those alternative media guys, they are now in the shark-infested waters because they're laughing at us because we're stationary and flat. They think we're idiots. But it's their ancestors that are rolling in their graves because they knew the earth was stationary and flat. And now they've produced these idiots down the line who are seduced. Like Jesus said, the demons will try to seduce even the chosen ones. Beware, guys. You've been forewarned. Thank you.
We have to get
out of duality, and the practice of kings is resisting temptation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And feel free to edit all those bits where I did some where I mentioned some names, because I know that's not nice reflecting on you guys, name calling. But that's how else are we going to?
Santos. I can't change the live feed. We did that once. We came on and we were sitting around for 15 minutes. We can't not live feed.
Well, then I will say this. All of those things that I said reflect back on me and not you guys, because anyone can watch the way you guys do Hangouts. You don't use language. You don't get angry. You're humble. You are discreet and you're intelligent. So that's the disclaimer. And you don't need to put a disclaimer in. I'll take it all and I'll bear the brunt. No worries. They're coming at me from every angle, but I give it to them, man. I give it to them pressed, shaken, and overflowing. Like Jesus said, when they give you something, your enemy, you give that basket back, pressed, shaken, and overflowing. So if you come to me with stupidity and attack the good work of syncretism that I have given freely to the world, I'm not just going to lay there and you know, just swallow that bullshit. There's only one way to chop the legs off these half-truthers standing on their soapboxes preaching pseudoscience, and that is to name them and ridicule them. Ridicule them.
Yeah,
and then
I completely agree. I mean, we are all individuals here. I mean, I know it's the Sun and Moon group, but the group is made up of individuals with different ideas, and like I say, it's just great we can all get together, and like you say, we're usually quite peaceful, and we just try and talk and get on. But no, like I say, it's good to let some steam off every now and then as well.
Yeah.
Yes, but Santos wasn't arguing with us, was he? He was just telling us.
Yeah, I was just...
Yes, no, exactly. Yeah, there was no arguments there. No, it was just...
Not at all, guys.
His opinion. Yeah.
That will never happen. Not with intelligent people. When we come to the table to bring our spirits of wisdom so that we can grow them and so that we can reflect them off each other and get, you know, a soundboard feedback so that we can, you know, make a pool of higher intelligence rather than individuals being intelligent separately. We need to pool that wisdom and pool our knowledge and bring it together and show how everything is syncretic, everything is interrelated, and everything can be known. We can know the truth. Not that there is no truth, there is only truth. All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can we, before you go, you know what we've got to do? We've got to give you a hug, Santos. We have a hug in our Hangouts. And is everybody ready to give Santos a hug? Love you.
Big hugs.
Big hugs.
And
Thank
to the
you.
chat room. And Santos says he's going to come back maybe within the next week. So that is brilliant. And we look forward to that. And you know I'll chat to you and talk to you, Santos.
Yeah.
So much. It's been riveting, Santos.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you guys.
Bye.
So,
what do we say now?
I'd say it was a great hangout, and good night to the chat room, and
yeah,
and wait for the next one. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and wait till the next hangout.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Thanks to all in chat, and thanks to all the mods for helping out there.
it's going to be a good night, I guess.
Does everybody want to make, on the panel, does everybody want to make a little comment on the way out? I know you said it was a great hangout, but is there any other comments you'd like to add?
Yeah, well, for me, well, yeah, no, I'm quite there with Santos at the moment with frustration and stuff. So yeah, no, I'm glad he kind of had his say, if you know what I mean. It's great. I mean, obviously there's someone I'd probably like to mention, but I won't because I'm a bit more integral, I think, to the Sun and Moon group. So when I'm here, I'll keep a lid on it. But yeah,
I guess I would say I agree with Santos, and you know, be vigilant and don't let complacency become a casket, and don't let analysis become paralysis. Right, move forward with the truth. I agree with what he's saying. Yeah.
Big hugs, Chris.
Yeah, I would say what I typed earlier. If you don't have an elephant skin by now, you're not an elephant in the room yet. I mean, you need to grow an elephant skin because you will be the elephant in the room. Anyway, you can't help it.
Thank you, series.
Yeah.
Patricia, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What did you make of that hangout, my darling?
Well, what can I say? Toss anyway, but yeah. It's really, really good. Really, really good.
Thank you, my darling. Richard?
Hello.
Another one, mute yourself. Hello there.
Yeah, I was just mesmerised most of the time listening to Santos. Really enjoy listening to him. I hope he accepts my friend request on Facebook.
Oh.
I saw he's got like 58 friend requests, so I'm like, oh god.
Can I just ask then that everybody on the panel today comes back on that other hangout with Santos? Because obviously sometimes Richard's with us, sometimes Judith's with us, Patricia's with us, and obviously Dee and Chris and Series. But as you've been here today, do you want to be in the other hangout with him? And I'm glad you enjoyed that, Richard.
Yeah, I like him.
If you understand it all, or you start to understand it, he's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. He goes on a lot about stuff about...
Definitely a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah, he goes on a lot of stuff about like what Ken Wheeler goes on about. I like him and all. It's a bit crazy. Yeah.
I think if everybody listens to these people who come on our chat show and start talking, it can't be explained in one sentence. It just can't. And then that leads on to that, and then that leads on to that, and then that, and it goes on. But anyway, thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Judith, are you there? Judith. Earth calling Judith in Israel. Are you still with us? Yay, Judith. Your turn. What would you like to say on the as we're going in a moment?
Oh, you know what I feel about all these videos. I think it's the most important in the YouTube today. All those videos. Yeah, love it. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Series.
Oh, no, thank you. Because, well, everybody on the panel, everybody watching, and everybody in the chat room who is watching as well, we're all part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's time to say goodnight. And thank you so much for watching. We're back. I think it's 9 o'clock on Sunday. Pyramid Talk. Thanks again. And we're going to say goodnight now to everybody. Bye. See you Sunday night. And thank you very much for watching.